And the next punch that we want to get into is the straight right-hand punch. Once again, one of the most important punches in boxing. I've always felt that you need 5 things to win in boxing. You need outstanding defense, a good, solid, straight right hand so that your opponent won't run up your chest all night, a good left jab that you can use offensively and defensively, good footwork to keep you in position to do all of the things that you want to do, and last but not least, whipcord conditioning. That's a must. You can't do anything if you're not in condition. A fighter that's in condition will beat the best fighter in the world who's out of condition. Always remember that. Now we'll get into the straight right hand, one of the most important punches in boxing, and a punch that can be used as a finisher if it's delivered correctly. Dean, you want to step out here? We'll demonstrate how the right hand works, what the position is. Once again, with the right hand, as with the left jab, we'll start out with a weight transfer theory from the back foot to the front foot, and stepping as you throw the punch. There'll be a slight step just to the outside with your left foot as you step in. So if I'm facing the camera, it would look like this. I will step in just this much. Not only do I get power from stepping, but I'm also removing myself from the line of fire ever so slightly that my opponent sees. So I'm right in here. Right in here. This is where it goes. I step, step, step and punch, step and punch, step and punch. Now, before I deliver the punch, there'll be a slight dip in the back leg to add added power. Same principle as throwing a shot put or any other implement that you want to propel with extra power. Push, push, the slight dip. So I'm going to dip and come up. Dip and come up. Dip and come up. Always remembering that the right hand extends completely out. I'm pushing it all the way through the target, and at the finish of the right hand, once again, I have coverage. My chin is covered. Bang. Bang. Chin is covered, so I have some safety, because when I reach this point, I'm vulnerable. I'm not in my boxing stance. So what do I do when I get to that point? I've stepped, I've thrown the right hand, and I've pivoted. Always remember, pivoting is vital, stepping is vital. Either one will give you power. If you're good enough to do both of them, now you've got increased power. That's about all the power you'd ever need. If I can step and pivot, I've got great power. What do I do after I get here? Well, I've got to follow with a jab, I've got to follow with a hook, I've got to follow with some punch to get me back into my safe boxing position. However, if I come out here with the right hand, and I am not able, for whatever reason, to throw a left hand to get me back in position, I've got to defend myself somehow. The next move is, this is the last resort, I drop. That will get me out of the line of fire. But ideally, I'm going to right hand, left hook, or right hand, left jab. Now I'm back in position. Let's see that with Dean. Remember this. There'll be a slight dip before he throws the punch. A slight dip, and then he will finish high, and the right hand will come up and all the way through. There'll be a step with the left foot and a pivot with the right foot for added power. Now, if you don't step with the left foot and you pivot, you're still going to get good power. If you don't pivot and you step, you're going to get power. If you do both, without. Okay, here we go. Bam! Perfect. Now, the only thing you did wrong there, now, that's a pretty good right hand, but he cut it off just a little bit, if you'll notice. The elbow was not extended. On any hard jab or hard straight right hand, we must extend through the target. The elbow has to lock out. Hopefully, he'll do it right this time. All right. Bam! That's the idea. All right. Now, let's see the step and the pivot. Bam, that's it. Now we had okay, very good. Now we had a step and a pivot. All right, now, step back in. Now, what do you do after that? Well, I explained it earlier, but let's see what he does. Now, you have the option of coming back with a jab, coming back with a left hook, or just dropping. Okay, now, bam, yeah, just dropping. Okay, he dropped. That got him out of the way. Always remember this. 95% of the punches that come back at you are going to be head punches. So people are going to punch where they see your head. Come back in, Dean. Now, so if I see his head right there, that's where I'm going to throw the punch. I'm going to throw the punch at the last place that I saw his head. So if he throws a right hand, boom, his head's still there, but fortunately he's covered. He's still got protection. But if he drops, the head is no longer there. Or if he throws a left jab or a left hook to get back into his good boxing position, that takes me out of business because I've got to be occupied with that punch. I can't be worrying about throwing something back at him when I've got something coming at me. Okay, here we go. Right hand. Bam, bam. Good. Good. And out. If you'll notice when he went out, hopefully we can pick that up. If you'll notice when he went out, he didn't go out high. He went out low, hands up. Okay, let's do it again. Bam, bam. Good. Okay, see it again. Okay, step, pivot, right hand, and bam, bam. Excellent. All right, let's try it again. Bam, bam. Good. Now he went. Excellent. Jab, something. Get yourself protected after the punch. Extremely important. Extremely important. Step back in. Let's go back to the right hand. Now, when we throw this right hand and it's right off of the chin, it's just a good shoulder turn. Bend your knees. Always want to be, knees are bent. Good shoulder turn, step, pivot, hips turn, shoulders turn, all the things that coaches talk about happen on this maneuver. Now just watch, bam, everything here. Just step and pivot and turn. Bam, perfect. One coaching point here. Make sure that when you throw a right hand that you don't open the shoulders too soon so that the impetus is gone for this punch. You want the punch to come through as the shoulders turn. Sometimes this mistake is made. I step, I turn too soon, but the punch, I haven't launched it yet. So my shoulders have gone through, and I've got this kind of a thing, and I've lost the body behind it. So concentrate when you throw the right hand, it's right off of here, step, and make sure that this all turns together, that this hand doesn't lag and the shoulders turn too much and the hand doesn't come through. Make this one. Don't even throw a punch. Practice just making this turn so that the shoulders and arms come through. Boom. Rather than here, not here. Plus I'm laying myself open here too if I miss. Just turn and fire. Turn and fire. And locking out, always. This is between me and